What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Y'all hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. So, yesterday, Gervonta Tank Davis fought Lamont Roach. A lot of people feel like that majority draw decision that he got, that was a favor called in. People feel like, yo, if his name wasn't Gervonta Tank Davis, Lamont Roach would have won that fight. And I agree with that sentiment. People like, yo, Tank, that was not a good performance, and Lamont Roach really did enough to pull it out. So people were giving their opinions on Twitter, on Facebook, YouTube, so on and so forth. And I saw the opinion of one person in particular, the new best buddy of Gervonta Tank Davis, the new buddy-o-pal of Gervonta Tank Davis, one Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia took to Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it, I still call it Twitter, and he said the following, and I quote, Lamont won that. He said, not calling that knockdown is the most wild thing I've ever seen in boxing. That type of stuff makes boxing look bad. Crazy shit. See y'all May 2nd. First of all, the nerve of Ryan Garcia to say, a missed knockdown is making boxing look bad. The nerve of him to say anything is making boxing look bad. When you out here doping, when you out here off that Osterin, right? When you out here saying all type of racist shit, the nerve of you to be saying anything is making boxing look bad when you on them PEDs is crazy. That's wild to me. So the nerve of him to be saying it, that's egregious. But you know, this whole situation here with Tank Davis, because, after Tank had stopped Ryan Garcia in that fight, Tank and Ryan been kissing each other ass a lot. They've been, kissing up to each other. They've been, buddy-o-pal. And I feel like Ryan was kissing Tank ass to the core because he don't want Tank to whoop his ass even worse if they get into that ring again. He wants another payday from Tank, but he want to butter Tank up so Tank will take it easy on him. You know what I mean? Because I don't care what y'all talking about. Ryan Garcia avoided getting knocked out. He avoided getting flatlined on TV for the world to see, and he took that knee to get up out of there. He took that knee to get up out of the fight. That was cowardly. I don't care what nobody say. All this courageous people try to call Devin all whatever they want to call him. Devin, after every knockdown, he got up and kept fighting. I seen what Ryan Garcia did. When he was in trouble, he took that knee to get up out of there so he wouldn't get flatlined and be across every social media platform getting made fun of. But that's neither here nor there, right? I remember after Ryan Garcia was caught using Osterin and he got caught using PEDs, Tank Davis came out and was vocal and congratulating Ryan Garcia. He was out here saying stuff like, the PEDs ain't had nothing to do with it. It ain't had nothing to do with it. Or I should say it in my Baltimore accent. It had nothing to do with it. Deserved got nothing to do with it. Shout out to my Baltimore people. I ain't trying to make fun of y'all, man. Y'all accent is real unique, man. But yeah, Gervonta Tank Davis came out here talking about the PEDs ain't had nothing to do with the win, and Devin Haney made no adjustments. He was going to lose anyway, and, I saw what I saw. The world saw what they saw. Devin was going to lose anyway. He lost because he trash. He lost because he ain't good. He didn't lose because of no PEDs. And, he was sticking his neck out on the line, standing on the front lines for Ryan Garcia, defending Ryan honor. Calling Devin Haney weak, calling him calling the move a bitch move, and that he was suing and all of that, standing on 10 toes for Ryan, standing in solidarity with Ryan after Ryan was saying all that crazy stuff about black folks. Tank knew all of that. Don't let him act like he didn't know what Ryan Garcia was out here saying about black folks. Trashing black folks, talking about unaliving, all type of N-words and sending N-words to the hospital and digging up George Floyd and unaliving them again and burying them again. All that crazy stuff he was doing. And Tank was standing on the front lines with Ryan Garcia. Now, the moment Tank gets into a controversial fight, Ryan Garcia gets on the internet with no problem sticking his chest out saying Lamont won that. Lamont won that. Not calling that knockdown is the wildest thing I ever seen in boxing. He out here going against the grain. He going against his buddy-o-pal. He's going against his new buddy-o-pal, Gervonta Tank Davis. See, Tank, now you out here, you're getting your Negro wake-up call, right? For real. All them dudes who was loving you for calling Devin Haney all these different names and letting Ryan Garcia escape for doing the PEDs, and you was out there saying he was gonna lose anyway. We all saw what we saw, and the PEDs had nothing to do with it. All them dudes that was giving you a high five for all of that, for all that shit you was saying, now all of them saying you lost. Now they saying you garbage. Now they saying you trash. Which you not garbage. You're not trash. You didn't fight well yesterday. You was off your game. Yes. If your name was anybody else, you would have lost that fight yesterday. Yes, you did not have a good showing. Yes, you look like you was out there BSing, and a lot of that come from their retirement talk. And I always say, when dudes start talking about retirement before a fight, most of the time they lose. For real. All that retirement talk, you need to get your mind right and back into boxing and all that too. But them dudes who was giving you a high five for slandering Devin Haney, now they saying you ain't nothing. They saying you ain't shit now. They saying you garbage. They saying you trash. Your main man, your buddy, your pal, Ryan Garcia out here saying Lamont won that fight. That's the wildest stuff I ever seen in boxing. You feel me? When you was out there laying a blanket of immunity down for him. When he got caught popping that Osterin. When he didn't even make weight for the fight, he ain't made weight. He ain't made weight at 140 yet. His ass still he ain't made weight at 140 yet. He had catch weights. He ain't making weight. He popping dope to keep his strength strong enough while he cutting the weight. He ain't cutting all the way down like Devin Haney was. He taking a drug that keep him strong while weight cutting. You let him ride off with that excuse. Man, look, the PEDs got nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. Okay. And look how your man say this the wildest stuff he didn't seen in boxing. You feel me? Now watch Tank get mad at him and say, the wildest stuff you did was take PEDs. Now don't bring up the PEDs now, Tank, because you said it didn't mean nothing at first. You gave him the okay at first. You said it was cool. You see what I'm saying? You get me, man? I'm still tripped out on how so many people was riding with Ryan Garcia after that, after he got caught popping dirt, after he popped dirty. Black folks too, they're riding with him and knowing how he talking about black folks. Trashing, after he was trashing black folks still riding with Ryan Garcia after he was talking crazy about black folks. Talking about us like we ain't nothing, unaliving black folks, people just letting it ride, But it's so crazy, though. After all that standing in solidarity with Ryan Garcia, Tank did, and standing on the front lines for Ryan Garcia, it ain't got nothing to do with it, and trashing Devin Haney, Gervonta Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia say your ass lost. That is rich. That's when you got to check yourself, But I just want Tank to think about that. All that standing on the front lines for Ryan Garcia, and look at Ryan Garcia and say, shit, man, he lost that fight. I ain't riding with him. You see where that gets you? Absolutely nowhere. All of that, riding on the other side, going against the grain, because you got an issue with Devin. The PD ain't got nothing to do with it. It ain't nothing to do with it. Watch when Tank see that tweet now. Watch he finna call out the PEDs that Ryan Garcia was using. Watch if he see that tweet, he gonna call him a drug cheat. I guarantee you he finna do that. And I'm gonna say, Tank, where was that energy at before you lost this fight? Well, before you got the majority draw. You feel me? Where was the energy at before you fought Lamont Roach, before he said this? Because Tank wasn't hollering that out before then. He was making every excuse. Even when other journalists were trying to he popped PEDs, pop for PEDs. Other journalists and other reporters were bringing it up, and Tank was shooting it down. Man, it ain't got nothing to do with it. It ain't got nothing to do with it. It ain't got nothing to do with it. Okay. So now that he just said this about you, he said you lost. He said you not getting that knockdown call was the wildest stuff in boxing, and it make boxing look bad. Let's see if you have that energy and still say, well, the PEDs had nothing to do with Ryan winning the fight. Ryan won fair and square. Let's see if you keep that energy, man. That's all I'm saying, man. And this is coming from a person, I'm a fan of Tank Davis's fighting ability. I think he's highly skilled, man. I had Tank beating all them young dudes, man. For real. But I hated how he was doing Devin and giving Ryan Garcia all these passes for the PED usage, man. That was crazy to me and clowned out. But we're going to see what Tank be on now. We're going to see what he say to Ryan Garcia, if he says anything to him at all. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out, y'all. Peace.